Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the worst 6 brawlers currently inside of the meta. So of course, with the gears, there has been a slight few changes within the worst 6 brawlers inside of the game. So before we jump into today's video, make sure you're using the creator code in the shop. Mine be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump into the worst brawlers. Alright guys, so jumping into the 6th worst brawler right now inside of the meta, we have Ashe. So Ashe has seen a big fall in the meta recently. So you guys might be wondering, well, Ashe was like the best brawler in the game not long ago. He only received 1 nerfs, but in terms of what I've been seeing inside of scrims and just overall, again, with like the world finals, he wasn't actually picked at all. He wasn't picked a single time, and that's again like a telling story, because obviously the pro players think that Ashe isn't the best. So I think the rage nerf was huge on Ashe, a lot more than what people were realizing. Again, I've never really seen an Ashe inside of scrims. The only time I've seen him used was with like a Byron. It was pretty okay. I remember it being used on like dueling beetles, and of course, like when he's behind a wall, it can be pretty hard to get out. But I just think overall, brawlers can just defeat him pretty easily. Like, he loses his rage pretty easy as well. I don't think he's like a completely trash brawler, like he's not unusable, but in comparison to other brawlers, I don't think he's really the best. So we're actually playing at like 200 trophies. I don't know why it's taking me so long to score here. I could just walk it in and score it with ease. But again, I don't want to make it so he's too strong. I feel like he's gone again from the best brawler in the game to like one of the worst in terms of use rate as well. Like in base stats, I don't think he's like completely the worst. So we're just going to walk up to this MZip. Should be able to actually get her down. No more gadgets left. Hoping one of my teammates might be able to walk that towards. But of course, if with like a healer behind you, you won't be losing rage that often. So you should be able to get the roughs down as well. Just there, M's going to go down. That should be an easy goal, and that's going to be the 6th worst brawler in the game. Let's hop into number 5. Alright guys, so jumping into the 5th worst brawler in the game right now, we have Shelly. So you guys might be really surprised to see Shelly not at the bottom of the list, but I'm being truthful here. Shelly honestly isn't too bad on really grassy maps. So again, I haven't got her to power 10, so I can at least get the speed gear, but you need that speed gear basically to make Shelly really good. She's actually really good with a shield gear as well. Been seeing her quite a fair bit on a ladder, and she's actually pretty decent. But I've actually been seeing Shelly somewhat in competitive right now, especially on maps like Sneaky Fields, because of the grass. She's actually able to sneak up, get into the enemy's face, and of course that's what Shelly always struggled with, because she obviously wasn't good at long range. The extra speed in grassy maps, it just really makes her pretty strong, and honestly really underrated. You might actually see her become somewhat meta on some grassy maps. A lot of people still kind of underestimating her. Of course, with this clay pigeons gadget as well, she can actually be a force to be reckoned with. So Shelly, not the worst brawler in the game for any longer. These gears really did help us. So one example of a brawler which you might need to actually upgrade. I know a lot of you guys don't like Shelly, but of course those upgrades are really going to help her a lot more than a lot of different brawlers inside of a game right now. So yeah, let me know whether you have Shelly upgraded or close to getting her upgraded. I think I have her pretty close. I can't actually remember now how close I have her, but definitely going to be a brawler I'm going to be focusing on upgrading, because without those gears, she's just completely trash. So yeah, if you want to think of Shelly without the gear, probably would say she's the worst brawler in the game. With literally a speed gear or a shield gear, she should actually be pretty strong. So that should be a goal right there. That's going to be the 5th worst brawler. Let's hop into number 4. Alright guys, so jumping into the 4th worst brawler in the game right now, we have Brock. So you might be a little bit surprised as to like how low he is on the rankings. Again, a brawler which was like the best in the game not too long ago, but for me, I just find him really overwhelming, especially with, again, like speed gears in the game is really going to hurt Brock. He really struggles against aggressive brawlers. He's not got a lot of HP, and just his shots are even harder to hit with the nerf not too long ago. Brawlers I can think of like Sandy, with that increased speed, are just going to destroy him. That's one of his hardest counters in the game right now, and Sandy's really strong in the meta. So yeah, Brock just not the greatest. I did actually do a video on this not long ago, actually talking about which balance changes you could do to actually make him a little bit better, or back to the old ways, because again, I miss the old Brock when he used to have like 3,900 HP. He used to be one of the best lanes inside of a game. He just used to be so good and just so rewarding because it was actually high skill. But ever since the introduction of his gadget, you've kind of seen a decrease in this. So I don't think he's like unusable. He still can be pretty strong on certain maps in heist if you hit your shots pretty consistently. He's still going to be decent, but in terms of like usage in competitive. Again, in like the world finals, he was actually only used once, I believe, which again, it just tells a story that he's not strong at all. A lot of different snipers are going to serve a much better purpose inside of competitions. So Bell, Byron, Piper are just going to be 10 times better than Brock right now in the meta, so no much point really using him. And even on maps like Backyard Bowl, where he can use his gadget to open up those walls, I just think most brawlers can still just easily dodge Brock. Like, his shots are so easy to dodge. So yeah, Brock just not the greatest right now. I'm going to struggle really to defend this one. Again, even close range, it's going to be pretty hard to hit with Brock because of how slow that projectile speed is. Looks like we're not going to be okay, but do defend that one right there with the Pam gadget, I believe. But overall, Brock just pretty trash. I'm just hoping he can just find his way somewhere in the middle of the meta. And the only way I think they can achieve that is by removing this gadget. It's just too cheesy. I feel like they need to just do something with that instead of just trying to, you know, rework him, do all these different things with him. Just get rid of that gadget and it should be somewhat easy to balance. But that's going to be Brock. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so jumping into the third worst brawler right now inside of a meta, we have Mr. P. So Mr. P, a brawler that got negatively affected by these gear changes. By that, what I mean is, again, like these really aggressive brawlers, again, I'm thinking of examples like Sandy. Those brawlers, assassin type brawlers as well, have received a buff with these speed gears, and that's just what Mr. P struggled with. He struggles with fast-paced environments, like brawlers just straight away getting aggressive. He can't deal with brawlers that are literally on top of him all of the time. So again, like brawlers like Mortis, Buzz, they're just really thriving in this meta, and it's just going to hurt Mr. P a lot. The speed gears have just been too much for him. So for me, again, I would probably look to increase his his health overall. Just something needs to be done because he's been struggling for a long time. Another brawler, which again I did speak about in an earlier video, but he just wasn't used at all in the world finals. And again, it does tell a story, because if a brawler is not used at all, there's only been a few brawlers, it's just obviously screaming for a buff. So that was a nice goal right there. But Mr. P, you know, he's somewhat usable in ladder. I'm not saying he's completely unusable. It's just so many better options than him in the meta. Obviously, he's the third worst brawler for me, in my opinion. Let's hop into number 2. Alright guys, so jumping into the second worst brawler in the game right now, we have Colette. So fortunately enough for us, we've actually got like the perfect composition to go up against, which really I'm trying to serve like to say how bad she is. But honestly, Colette right now just not used at all. So even as a tank counter, I just don't think she's strong enough in this meta, which is unfortunate. So the main reason it is because there's just so many like mid-range brawlers which have like speed abilities. Again, I'll go to brawlers like I can think of like Spike, for example, Crow, Sandy, which just serve much better in the composition. You know, they can deal with tanks as well because of their gadgets and whatever else. And just overall, Colette's just gonna lose, you know, lane to them just so easily. She's just not the strongest right now. Only really seen in Heist, I believe, with brawlers like Byron, but still just not that strong. A brawler that was only used once in the world finals, and I think that was just literally to counter like brawlers like Frank. But again, you can just go different brawlers to that. Even brawlers like Primo on open maps are a much better choice than Colette, in my opinion. Of course, it wouldn't be a SpenLC video without the iPad going below 10%. But you can see, even against tanks, I know it is a map with a lot of walls, but I'm still struggling to confirm kills because I just feel like a lot of time after I use my super, I'm going to end up dying. So trying to get this kill on Mortis, he does actually get the ball away. This should be a goal. If pass this up to Surge, I believe. No, okay, that Jack is going to have a really nice time super to prevent that goal. So I should get a kill on BB. But again, I just feel like every single time I go in, I'm just extremely low in HP. So I'm just going to heal up here, see if I can get my super off to kill Mortis. Mortis is actually a decent counter to Colette as well. Yeah, I just don't like Colette anymore. I used to really love the synergy she had with Byron, but that's just disappeared, even with Byron being so meta. And of course, we're going to get trick-shotted. I'm contemplating all forms of life right now. Yeah, maybe I should stop focusing on the speech and focus more on the gameplay, because I'm getting made to look like a clown on my own channel. We'll just leave it out there. Of course, you guys love it, clipping and gifting, those type of things. So I'll let you off. You know, it's been a while. I've took a big break. I deserve a little bit of trash talk then now and then on social media. So I'm hoping our Mortis can score here. He has a super. He has an open goal, I believe. It's not looking likely he's going to score. So 15 seconds left. Just me against 3 brawlers. I don't think we're going to be able to score. You just see Mortis just absolutely wrecks Colette, which is just painful. Mortis being one of the best brawlers in the game right now. just makes Colette just not that strong. So yeah, that's going to be the second worst brawler in this meta. Let's hop into the worst. Alright guys, so jumping into the worst brawler in the game right now, in my opinion, it has to be Karl. So Karl, basically not used at all in the World Finals. I think the only way he was used was by a Chinese team. I can't remember which China team actually used it, but one of them just kept using it, which I was just really confused by, because he's one of the worst brawlers in the game. Of course, they kept losing with it as well. But yeah, Karl, just really not that good in the meta right now. Unfortunately, there's just too many brawlers that just will beat him on lane. I feel like his pickaxe speed is just so slow. Again, he's one of these brawlers that goes from one of the worst brawlers in the game to one of the best, to one of the worst, to one of the best. So for me, I think we just need to change that. We just need to keep like the same movement speed on his pickaxe just permanently, and just try and change something else about him, because of course this is just changing him too much. I don't like how a brawler goes from one of the worst to one of the best. It's just too much for me. So hopefully, okay, I kind of forgot the ball there. I was hoping I could have scored there, but we weren't able to. But he's a really fun brawler. I really like when Karl's in the meta. A lot of people do, so I think he should be at least viable in the meta. You know, I do like seeing him around. So I'm hoping next set balance changes he does get some love, because right now, even brawlers like Shelly, in my opinion, are more viable in the meta than Karl, and that is really saying something. So yeah, we should maybe, okay, I was trying to use a gadget to get it out of there. It's just way too overwhelming for Karl. I can't really do enough damage to beat any of these on lane, which is unfortunate. And again, like the speed gears really hurt him as well. There's just so many brawlers that can get up close to his face, which he really struggles. A lot of brawlers can just cancel his super as well, so it's really hard to find value in Karl in this meta. So I'm hoping Moise can do something here. He should be able to kill that Buzz. But yeah, you can just see a lot of brawlers have like stun features. A lot of brawlers can just get up into his face, and even with his super, like his super is the best thing about him for the most part. So if there's a lot of brawlers that have stun cancellation features in the meta, then he's not going to be the strongest. So again, brawlers like Buzz are just going to completely wreck me. He's going to cycle stun so much. This Moise actually doing a really decent job of chaining. But yeah, I'm just basically useless. I feel really bad. I was hoping I can help him, but I just can't. So 19 seconds left. I don't think we're going to find a way to actually defend this one. Jackie's going to use super and shoot through me, so really nice play from her. But yeah, that's going to be the worst brawler in the game. Let me know down in the comment section below what you think of my list. I think it's pretty accurate, considering like the gears changes and whatever else. Hoping all of these brawlers get some love. But yeah, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.